Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. When I was younger and I was dumber or more naive or ignorant, I thought that adults or people a little bit older, when they said something, they knew what they were talking about because I couldn't verify. I didn't have the ability. But when I started reading, when I started living my life by myself, getting involved in real life, experiencing certain things in my life, then I realized that is not so. Even if that person looks presentable, it has a position, a job description or job title, beautiful, might not be the deal. Maybe he's an idiot because you don't know how that person got the job, appointed or by competition. In this case, we have this guy. He has a very important position in the European Union. He is you would put it as a foreign minister of a country. So a foreign minister of European Union. He's not young, so he's old. That means he had enough time to accumulate knowledge from literature, from books, right, from schools, and from direct experience, which is very important because you can test the theories in practice and you see what's bullshit and what's not. Like we're told certain things, and when you go and work, you realize that, hey, that's bullshit. I work with those kind of people and it's not so at all. Okay, so let's go back, Emil. So this article, what the hell, like heroin stuck in my nose? Oh, man. So this article comes from New Voice of Ukraine from November 4th, 2022. And this guy says, Putin can't occupy Ukraine. Please pay attention. Words have meaning. Putin can't occupy Ukraine, so he seeks to destroy it. European Union diplomacy chief says. So this is like Lavrov. Now this is the guy. I don't know. He looks... I can't show it. Well, maybe I don't. Anyway, because his hair is white. So he's an old guy. As I said, his name is Borell, I think, if I remember. Yeah, Joseph Borell. So remember he said Putin can't occupy Ukraine, as this is the main point, as if he wanted. So he seeks to destroy it. Okay, where is the evidence? Oh, he destroys the infrastructure. Why did he start doing that, Borell? Remember, he's a diplomat. So he has to be very, very good in dealing, making deals, knowing a lot of things. He needs to know a lot of things in order to make statements. I think the first statement is misleading at best. Putin can't occupy, so he decides to destroy it. There was never the intention of occupying Ukraine, Borell. That's a lie. It's your interpretation of I don't know what kind of evidence you will not provide. So let's see. He's going to say, well, Putin destroys now infrastructure. That's my evidence, right? Having failed to conquer Ukraine. Again, he is idiot. He continues in his idiocracy. Having failed to conquer Ukraine, Russian dictator Vladimir, he's not a dictator. He was democratically elected, and he doesn't make decisions like Zelensky. Zelensky instituted martial law from the very beginning of the war. Putin did not. The only martial law is in the occupied territories where is a war zone, where you should have curfew and other things, which is logical. In the rest of Russia, there's no martial law, and he doesn't do whatever he wants. I don't know if you would notice that. He always discusses with other departments and other services and other people. And other people make statements left and right. So it's not like he's the dictator. If he were the dictator, there were many decisions that were taken by others without asking him. But anyway, let's go in here. I disagree that he's a dictator. You can call him that he's a bad dude, or he's a war criminal, or he's a whatever you want to say. But he's not a dictator. He doesn't dictate and everything. He was democratically elected, not like you, by the way, Borell, and not like Leiden, Ursula von Leyen, or whatever her name is. She was appointed to be elected, voted for by the council, not by the people, okay? This guy was directly elected, Putin, like Biden, like others. All right, so let's move on here, Borell. So Putin is now trying to systematically destroy it. Head of the EU diplomacy, Joseph Borell, told the press on November 3rd, as reported by Reuters. And I'm quoting, Putin's Russia is destroying Ukraine. Yeah, why did we get here? Do you have a mirror, Borell? I can send you one. Give me your address and I will send it to you. Not that you are the only guy. No. But you are part of the problem as well. So don't run like a weasel and, oh, not me. Yes, you too. They cannot occupy it. They cannot win on the battlefield. They cannot win the war. And they are now destroying the country systematically. With about destroying the country systematically, you're about close to be right. They cannot occupy it. They don't even want. And if they really want, I guarantee you, Borell, you're an idiot. They will do a general mobilization, about 30 million people, and I guarantee you, Borell, if they want, they can achieve that. I guarantee you. I cut my balls off, and if not, you don't have them, I know that, or yours are rolling behind you 20 feet when you walk. It's a different story. So, Borell, anyway. So, they don't want to occupy it. They cannot win on the battlefield. Well, it's pretty hard to win on the battlefield when you have NATO providing more weapons than Russia has a budget, right? So just make the calculation how many billions of dollars in military aid Ukraine received. If you calculate that per year, so far, it was a report I made a video on, I think Ukraine got about 86% of Russia's yearly military budget. So far, just received from my taxes without my consent. So Borell, you're an idiot. Again, I will say that 3,000 times today. I'm just gonna say you're an I instead of using the whole term. They can't occupy it. They don't wanna. If they cannot win on the battlefield, if they wanna, I guarantee you they can. They cannot win the war. It depends how much suffering they want to inflict, and they are now destroying the country systematically. Why? Because the E blown up that bridge and they were warned, do not touch it. They did. So what do you want? Don't you do the same thing with your kids? That's how you educate your kids. That's how you train your kids. Hey kid, if you do something bad, you're not gonna go to Jimmy's birthday party. Something that has to be, or you're gonna clean your room sooner than later. Okay? So you have to do this. He added that Putin attacks Ukrainian civilians because of the failures of the Russian armies on the battlefield. Why? They can mop the whole Ukrainian military with those rockets. Instead of hitting the civilians, they can hit the military in the same way. Why don't they? How come they can target the civilians, How can you target the civilians but you don't find the military? It doesn't make sense. Why would you kill the civilians when you can kill all the military with the same missiles and rockets? Doesn't make sense. But hey, a lot of things do not make sense, but they say, well, because he's just crazy. Remember that guy? Probably just because he was crazy. Nothing makes sense. Don't try to be logic here. The same with Putin. He's a criminal, evil dictator. Don't try to find logic here. According to Borell, the dictator expects to have more success in the winter. And I think that he will have. The winter is coming, Borell warned. Putin is waiting for the general winter to come and support the Russian army. But why do they need them? They're going to just systematically destroy it, as you said. They don't need the winter. Why do they need the winter? They want to just mop it as they do. Kill all the civilians, as you say. The diplomat called on Western countries to continue supporting the Ukrainian people until they're all gone. And they will be endangered species, Ukrainians. That's what you have. You're going to put them in zoos just to protect them, or you're going to create in Ukraine a special zone where you're going to have them like you have the elephants in, I don't know, Kalahari or whatever you have. Kalahari, not Kalahari, whatever. It's their little retreat. Now, more than ever, we have to support Ukraine, the Ukrainian people. Support them to do what? To shoot at those guys, and those guys will eliminate them. And you stay with the ladies of the night. I can't, any ladies of the night. My bad. I keep forgetting his balls are coming. They are fighting, defending their country, and we have the moral duty to support them. Well, why don't you let me decide what is my moral duty, and you can decide for your moral duty. How about that? I think I have moral duty to feed my kids, and you do the same. Oh, you don't? But I have for the Ukrainians. How come? My moral duty is for me, for my family, for my community, relatives, right? Friends, community, country, and then further humanity. It's a little, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. If that would be the same, why don't you come and feed my kids? For my kids are starving. Moral duty. That's shaming tactic, boy. Oh my God. That's why many times I wish, blah, 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 Jesus Christ comes back and takes us all and sends me down there, and I take Borell with me and push him down the stairs and I follow, and we meet in the bathtub over there and say, hey, Satan, kind of like warm the water over here. That's where I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna meet all the interesting people there. I guarantee you. I'm not gonna sing hymns and these kind of things. Nah, not me. I'm gonna yell down there of pain forever and ever. Yeah, Borell is I tell you that. Thank you very much for being with me again. And he is the chief diplomat of the European Union, my friends. And I can assess his knowledge, because it's not the first time when he says something idiotic like he just did, or like 3 times. So thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.